Okay, so now on to match 2 of our recent Vintage Dredge League. Well, we lost our first match, but we get to win the die roll. And this hand is, this hand's it's definitely a keep. We have a Bazaar. We have a little bit of other action there, so at a minimum we're going to have, it should be a Bloodghast and an Amalgam in play by the end of our second turn, and hopefully we're going to hit a Dredger as well. We have a Misstep to protect against Plows or A-Calls. And we are going to be able to Therapy and flash it back as well if we want. Okay, so our opponent is clearly on a something like Storm, so a very fast combo deck. There's no other reason to play Lion's Eye Diamond as far as I'm aware. So this means we're either going to lose or win very fast. So our opponent's still just deciding what to do. I think if they try to do anything else this turn, we may misstep them depending, or Mind Break Trap, but they're not doing anything, so. I think we pitch... Pitch the Dredger, so we're pitching the Dredger, the Bridge, and the Bloodghast, which I think is correct. And we're hopefully going to get some good Dredges off of this. Okay. So we're looking in pretty good shape here. So we're going to have more Bloodghast than we'd hoped, and we're going to have a Narcomoeba. And hopefully we can Dredge a Troll and get a second Bridge. Unfortunately, we whiff on the next Bridge. But we're going to get to cast a Therapy, and I think... So we're going to get to cast 3 Therapies this turn. So we'll just take the safe name to begin with. It might be correct to name Dark Ritual here. Okay, great. So we're naming Dark Ritual. And we see our opponent is actually on Dredge. A not very explosive hand though, so I don't know why they would have kept that hand. And we're not sure whether or not they've scryed to the top or the bottom here. Or it looks like they just kept a natural 7, so... This is going to be interesting. If they're playing LED and they're playing Black Lotus, that means they are playing with Fate Stitcher. So that means if they find a Fate Stitcher or anything, so if they have a Bazaar, they draw a Bazaar and they find a Fate Stitcher, we're pretty much dead. Having said that, we're very far ahead right now as they don't really have any action. So if they draw a Bazaar here, we're in lots of trouble, which they don't. Okay, and they're just going to scoop. So we're going to bring in Elishnorn. We're going to cut Mindbreak traps, I think, or we should be cutting Mindbreak traps. Coloured sources and bringing in Ingot Chewers and Wisp Mares. So we bring in the Wisp Mares and Ingot Chewers, despite the fact that we're cutting coloured sources, as if we do get to cast them, we can use them to kill bridges. I think we want to leave Petrified Field in. Okay, so I'm not really sure why we did that there. Okay, so we picked it up. So all we want to do in this matchup is race, and it's the first to reanimate something I think tends to win. Unfortunately, we're not in luck here. Our hand is a bit crap, so we're going to have to mull. And unfortunately, we've got the perfect Dredge mulligan here. So I think with my more recent list here, you can see in my in the list I'm playing in this league, that I don't have a main deck Elishnorn, which I think is incorrect. So we fixed that more recently. Our opponent is definitely, they've got Sun Titan, Bridge from Below and no Dredges. They've got the Mock Sapphire, so a Fate Stitcher will let them do a lot of damage here. But they need to find some Dredges first. I think if they play a Bazaar here, we scoop. Actually, no, they're going to get to... Okay, they can't quite reanimate Sun Titan this turn. So I think in their next turn, what they're going to do is they're going to be able to Dredge. Very likely hit Morghast and a Bazaar in their graveyard. Or they'll get to Fate Stitcherus, and then when they reanimate Sun Titan, they get to bring back Bazaar, Dredge again, and we just lose. Because they will almost definitely hit an Elishnorn in there. And if not, they'll hit one of their other reanimation targets. So I don't think there's anything we need to change, we'll just run this list back. And we have to mulligan this, unfortunately. We're just going to hope that we mulligan better than our opponent, and we do. We get a double Bazaar hand, so I think that's an automatic keep. And it should hopefully leave us well ahead in match one. Obviously, the worst case scenario here for us is something along the lines of LED, play Bazaar, hold priority, crack LED with blue floating. So far we're not looking great. He's got the Fate Stitcher. On the flip side, we're looking pretty good if we can hit a Dread return here. So we're going to get to see another, hopefully, 18 cards this turn. We'd be in a lot of trouble if our opponent had a Ravenous Trap, which would be kind of funny given the matchup, but okay, and we found the Dredge return, so I think we want a Therapy first. We're in a position where we can. We have more than enough creatures. And we're going to name Force. We're only going to cast 2 spells, so we don't care about Mindbreak Trap. And our opponent's just got nothing. I mean, they've got a second Fate Stitcher, but not really anything else going on. So we're just going to Dread Return, targeting Elesh Norn, and our opponent just can't play through that, so that will be the game. What this means for our opponent is that any creature that they would normally be able to bring into play will automatically die, triggering their bridges,